Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read 2 Kings 12 to 20, Proverbs 25 and Psalm 91. Let's start. In the 7th year of Jehoash began to reign. He reigned 4 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Zibiah Bishop, and Jehoash did was right in the eyes of the Lord in those days. As Jehoiada the priest instructed, nevertheless the high priest did not take away. People continued to sacrifice and make offerings on the high places. Jehoash said to the priest, "All the money of the holy kingdom is brought to Hassel, the money for which each man is assessed, the money from the estate of the past. The only thing man's heart promised him to bring into Hassel, the priest that each was done. If they want to repair the house, whatever any need to repair was discovered. In the 23rd year, King Jehoash the priest had made no repairs on the house. And King Jehoash, son of the people, Jehoiada, and the priest and the priest started, "Are you not repairing the house? And therefore take no more money from the donors, hand over to repair the house." And the priest agreed that I should take no more money from the people, and that they should not repair the house. And Jehoiada the priest took the chest and bored a hole in the lid of it and set beside the altar on the right side. As one into the Hassel, and the priest who got into the show put in all the money that was brought to Hassel. And whenever they saw there was much money in the chest, the king's secretary and the high priest came and begged and counted the money. Counted the money that was found. And the Hassel, then they would overcome. They would give the money that was weighed out into hands of workmen who would oversight the house. And they paid out to the carpenters and the builders, and they would work on the Hassel, and to the mason of the stone coast was by timber and querster, making repairs on the Hassel. And for any outlay for the repairs of the Hassel, they were not made for the Hassel or pie of the vessels at all. Not for his bowls, trumpets, or any vessels at all. Silver from the money that was brought into Hassel, that was not given to the workmen who were repairing into the house. Hassel all with it. And they did not ask for an accounting. When the men into whose hand they did all the money to pay out to the workmen, they don't honestly. Money was from the girlfriends, and the money from the son of whom was not brought into Hassel. They belonged to the priest. At the time, Hazael king of Syria went up with against Gath and took it. When Hazael set his face to go over in Jerusalem, Joshua king of Judah took all the sacred gifts that Jehoshaphat and Jehoram and Hazael's fathers, and the kings of Judah had dedicated his own sacred gifts. All the gold that was found in the treasuries of Hassel and the king's house, they sent these to Hazael king of Syria. And Hazael went away from Jerusalem over stacks of Joash and all they did. I did not read in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah. His sons arose and made conspiracy and struck and son Hassan. And the ways of grace down to Saul struck Josiah the son of Shemaiah and Jehoshaphat the son of Shah. And Sarah two struck him down so he died. And they buried him with his fathers on the sea of David. And Amaziah's son reigned in his place. In the 23rd year, Joash, son of Ahab, king of Judah, Jehoash, son of Jehu, began to reign in Israel and Samaria. He reigned 17 years. He did what was the other side of the world. And his father, son of Jeroboam, son of David, which he made as a sin, he did not depart from them. And the anger of the Lord came against Israel, even continually to hand of Hazael, king of Syria, and the hand of Jeroboam, hand of the Ben-Hadad, son of Hazael. And Jehoash saw the favor of the Lord, and the Lord was no, he saw the oppression of Israel, and the king of Syria oppressed him. There was not left of Jehoahaz an army of more than 50 horsemen, and she had charged 10,000 horsemen footmen. The king of Syria had destroyed them and made them like the dust of Turkey. The stacks of Jehoahaz no longer did as mad, nor in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Israel. Jehoahaz slept with his fathers. And he buried him in Samaria, and Joash his son reigned in his place. In the 37th year, Joash king of Judah, Jehoash son Jehoahaz began to reign over Israel and Samaria. He reigned 16 years. He used to do what was evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not depart from all the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which he made as a sin, and which but he walked in. And there are stacks of Joash and all the dead in the mind with which he fought against the major king of Judah. And over in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel, and Joash slept with his fathers, and Jeroboam son of Samaria, Joash buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. And Elisha fallen sick of the illness, so was yesterday. Joash king of Israel went down to him, God before him, saying, crying, my father, charge Israel's horsemen. And Elisha said to him, take a bow and arrows. He had taken bow and arrows, and said to the king, draw the bow and arrows. And Elisha laid his hands to the king's hands. He said, I opened the door and do it eastward. He opened it, and Elisha said, shoot, and he shot. And then he said, those arrows of victory, and arrows of the arrows of Syria, who shot fat the Syrians. And I fainted to him and ended, and he said, take the arrows. And I took them, and he said to the king, strike the ground with them. He struck 3 times. And now God was angry with him, and said, you struck 3 to power 6 times. And then he was struck down Syria until you made men do it, but then he was struck down Syria 3 times. So Elisha died, and they buried him. Now Benjamin Moabite used to hand and invade the land, and it's really his man was being buried, we called it Mara, and man was sitting, and man was trying to get Elisha. And it says the men touched the bones of Elisha, and died in stone tree. And Hazael king of Syria oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoahaz. And the Lord was gracious to them and had compassion on them. He had turned toward them because he was covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not destroy them, nor was he cast out for his presence until now. And Hazael king of Syria Syria died, Ben had his son became king in his place. And Joash, the son of Jacob, son of Jehoahaz, took the from Ben Hadad and Hazel. This is that he had taken from Jehoahaz's father-in-law. And 38 times Joash defeated him and recovered the cities. And secondly, Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, and Moses, son of Joash, king of Judah, and began to reign after 85 years old. He began to reign. And 29 years in Jerusalem. His Lord's name was Jehoiada in Jerusalem. He dealt with right eyes, yet not like David. He dealt with his George the father. The high priest of the Lord, people sacrificing the offerings in the high priest. This is the royal powers family in his hand. He instructed his sons, he was instructed in the king's father. He did not put to death the children of murders, according to what's been in the book of the Lord, most where the Lord commanded. Fathers shall not be with his ethic of their children, and his children shall be with his ethic of their fathers. And each one shall die for his own sin. He struck down 10,000 Edomites and Elias, son took Salvation, and called Jochebed, which is his name to this day, and made his son as Jehoash, son of Jehoash, son of Jehu. Good is the same, come, there's look one another in the face. And Jehoash, good is his son, went to meet the king of Judah. A thistle of Lebanon sent to his son on Lebanon. You do it to my son for a wife, and the longest Lebanon passed by him, jumping down the thistle. And when they struck down Edom, your heart lived you up, you can serve the glory. And stay your hand, why should you provoke trouble 34? You didn't deal with it, but Mesa would not listen to Jehoash king his own time. And he aimed them in, king of Judah faced one another in battle, Bethshemesh, which belongs to Judah, and Judah was defeated by his son, and every man fought to his son. And Jehoash king of his own, Absalom and Mesa king of Judah, son Jehoash, son of his Bethshemesh, and came to Jerusalem, and broke down the wall of Jerusalem for 400 cubits, and Ephraim gave to corner gate. And they seized all the gold and silver and all the rest of them found in the house of God. And I still in the treasury of the king's house, his hostages. He returned to Samaria and made a sack to Jehoash in his manner, having fought with the maid of King of Judah. I am not reading the book of the Chronicles of the king of Judah, and Jehoash saw its fathers. And was buried in Samaria with the king's son Jeroboam, his son, in his place. And he made his son Joash, king of Judah, lived 15 years old, and just Jehoash, son Jehoash, king of Judah. And said deed to me, I did not read the book of the Chronicles of the king of Judah. He made a conspiracy against me in Jerusalem, if I tell the truth. And he sent after him to the chiefs and put him to death there. And he rode them on a horse, and he buried in Jerusalem his fathers in the city of David. And all the people of Judah took Azariah, who was 16 years old, and he made him king instead of his father Major. He built Elath and restored to Judah after the king said his father. In the 15th year of Mesa, son of Joash, king of Judah, Jeroboam, son of Joash, king of Israel, began to reign in Samaria. He had 41 days. He did what he was decided. And he did not depart from all the sins of Jeroboam, son of David, which he made his to say. He saw the border of Israel from Abraham, past the sea of Arabah. The sea of Arabah, according to where the Lord. And the God of Israel, which is Christ, son of Jonah, son of Amittai, a prophet who is from Gath, for the also the affliction of Israel is very bitter, and has done left wonderfully, and there is none to help Israel. The Lord cannot say he'll blot the name of Israel under him, as they saved him by the hand of Jeroboam, son of Joash. And the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, the others might have for how he restored Damascus, and how much to fly Judah and Israel. I have not read in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel, and Jeroboam said his fathers. The kings of Zechariah, son of his place, in the 27th day of Jeroboam, king of Israel. Uzziah, son of Major, and David entered. He was 16 years old, he began to reign 52 years in Jerusalem. His son's name was Jecoliah of Jerusalem. And he did was right in the eyes of the Lord, according to his father Major. Nevertheless, the high place was not taken away. He was still sacrificed and made offerings on the high place, and the Lord such the king, and so he was a leper to the day of his death. And he lived in a separate house, and Jotham, the king's son, was over the household. And he loved the people, and the rest of Uzziah and all the day. I know in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Judah, and Uzziah sat with his fathers. And they buried him with his fathers in the city of David, and Jotham his son reigned in his place. And the 30th year of Uzziah, king of Judah, and Zechariah's son Jeroboam reigned over Israel in Samaria 6 months. And David was eating on the side of the Lord's father. He did not depart from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which he made his to say. Shalom, son of Jehu, was conspired against him, and struck him down to Abel, and put him to death and reigned in his place. Now the rest of the deeds of Zechariah, they held there within the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. And Shalom, son of Jehu, was going to reign in 39th year of Uzziah, king of Judah. During 1 month in Samaria, Menahem, son of Gadi, came up from Tez and came to Samaria. And he struck down Shalom, son of Jabez, in Samaria, and put him to death. And reigned in his place the rest of the deeds of Shalom, conspiracy that he made. And they held there within the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. At that time Menahem sacked Tis and all who in his territory from Tis on. He did not open to it, therefore he sacked and ripped up all the women and pregnant. And in the 39th year of Uzziah, king of Judah, Menahem, son of Gadi, began to reign over Israel. And he reigned 10 years in Samaria. There was evil in the side of the Lord, where he condemned the 12 days of sons, all from the Lord and Jehovah, son of Nebat, which he made his say. And all the king of Syria came against him, and Menahem gave Paul 1,000 tons of silver. He might help him to confirm his holy word upon him. and him exacted the money from his desires from all the wealthy and 50 shekels of silver, to get the king of Assyria, and the king of Assyria turned back and did not stay there. Now the rest of these men have not read the book of the Conquest of King Caesar. The men have Saul his father, and Pekah his son, his person. In the 50th year of the king of Judah, Pekah the son of Menahem began to reign over Samaria. And to deal with evil and the side, but he did not turn away from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Judah, but to make his decision. And Pekah the son of Remaliah, his captain conspired with him, with 50 men of the kings of Judah. People of Judah struck him as until Sidon the case of the ark over there. And he put him to death and spared his place. Now the rest of the deeds of Pekah king of Judah behold there. And he written in the book of the Chronicles of King Caesar. In the 52nd year of his king of Judah, Pekah the son of Remaliah began to reign over Samaria. He reigned 20 years. He dealt with evil and the side of the Lord. He did not depart from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Judah. His way is at sin. And did Pekah king of Israel and take off clothes of King of Syria, king captured Elijah, Beth Makkah, Genoa, Kadesh, Hazel, Gilead, and Galilee, Eldon, and Naphtali, and carried the people captive to Assyria, and Hoshea, the son of Elah, made conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Remaliah, and struck him down and put him into the reign of his place. In 28th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, and the rest of Pekah and all they do, hold they read in the book of Chronicles of King Caesar. In the 2nd year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, began to reign. He was 25 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Jerusalem, daughter's daughter. And the deal was right nicely. According to what his father desired done, nevertheless the high place was not removed. And people still sacrificed meat offerings on the high place. He built the upper gate of the house of the rest of Acts of Jonathan and all the other not in the book of the Conquest of the Kings of Judah. In those days the Lord began to send resin the king of Syria and Pekah the son of Remaliah against Judah. Jonathan sought his fathers and was buried with his fathers and seed David's father. And Ahaz his son reigned in his place. In the 7th year of Pekah the son of Remaliah, Ahaz son of Jotham king of Judah began to reign. He was 20 years old when he began to reign. He reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. He did not do what was right in the eyes of the Lord. His father David did. He walked in the way of the king of Israel. He burned his son as an offering according to the typical practices of the nations in the law. He hurried up before the people of Israel. And he sacrificed meat offerings to high places on the hills on the green tree. And Rezin king of Syria and Pekah the son of Remaliah king of Israel came up and waited on Jerusalem. And besieged Ahaz could not conquer. At the time Rezin the king of Syria recovered Elath for Syria and drove the men of Judah from Elath. The Edomites came to Elath where they dwelt to this day. So Ahaz sent messengers to the clothes of King of Syria. I am Syria son. Come out rescue from the hand of Syria, from the hand of the king of the Lord who attacked me. And Ahaz took the stone and got the shrine, the house and the treasure of the king's house. And sat present to the king of Syria. And the king of Syria listened to him. The king of Syria marched out against Damascus to carry people captive to kill. And he killed Rezin. And King Ahaz went to Damascus to meet and take the clothes of King of Syria. He stood at the altar of Damascus, and King Ahaz sent to Uriah the priest, one of the altar and apparently exacted. And he trusted in the Lord's details, and Uriah the priest held the altar in accordance with all the King Ahaz sent from Damascus. Uriah the priest made it before King Ahaz arrived from Damascus. And the king came from Damascus, the king viewed the altar. And the king drew near the altar and went up and burnt his offering, and burnt offering his grain offering, and poured his drink offering, David by the peace offerings on the altar. And the burnt altar thus for the Lord, he removed from the front of the house. And the place between his altar and the house of the Lord, he burned on the north side of the altar, and King Ahaz going near the priest, saying, on the great altar burn the morning grain offering, the evening grain offering, the king's burnt offering. His grain offering, the burnt offering, all the people there. And the grain offering and the drink offering, and throw not all the burnt offering, and all the sacrifice, but the burnt altar shall be unto him. And the burnt altar shall be for me to come, by the priest in this. And King Ahaz went, and Ahaz cut off from the frames and stands, and removed the boughs from them, and taken the steel from off the balconies and oxen. Now it under it and put on the stone pedestal, and covered with the side that had been built inside the house and the outer edges of the king. Caused to go in the house and good the king of Syria. And their sex say has they do. I do not read the book of the Chronicles of King of Judah. He has seven fathers. He has buried with his fathers and seed David. His Christ son made his place. And then 12th year he was king of Judah, and his heirs son began to reign, just to marry Israel. And in 9 there was David the son of the United King of Syria, heard before against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Syria. And king of Syria. And Hoshea became his vassal, and became tribute with the king of Syria from the treachery. And Hoshea faced and messengers, king of Jotham, no tribute to the king of Syria. And they had done year by year, and therefore the king of Syria shall by the present. And the king of Syria invaded all the land, came to Samaria for 3 years, he besieged it. In the 9th year, Hoshea, the king of Syria, captured Samaria, and carried the Israelites away to Syria and placed them in Hell, and on the Habor, the river goes and the seas and the Medes, and the secure because the people had sinned against the Lord their God. He brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the land of fair creator. He faith that the gods of Muslim custom nations who will drive out poor people is in custom that the kings is practically the people is did say them against them legal things that would not right. They both themselves high classes and all their talent. On March 10 to 4 they set for themselves pose in a very high hill and under a green tree. They made offerings of high prices as not enough. And as the nation did him the Lord carried away for them. He did weak things, provoking the Lord to anger. They said around which the Lord said to him, you shall not do this, for the Lord will do by every prophet and every city, saying, turn from evil ways, give and command my statutes, in accordance with the law that I commanded. And your fast, and I sent to you by my sons the prophets. They are not listened, they are stubborn. As their fathers obeyed, and they did not believe in what they do. They despised his station and condemned me with their fathers and the warnings. They went after false idols and became false, and they followed the nations that and they considered him the Lord commanded them, they should not do like that. He made all the commandments of the Lord. He had from the size of male images 2 cars, and made Asher. Asher and worshiped the highest heaven and said about. And he banned the sons of their daughters as an offering. He used divination and his soul themselves to do evil. And he said, Lord, pray him to anger. Therefore the Lord was very angry, the Lord is no doubt, and put away from the other side. And that was that but the tribe of Judah only. And Judah also did not keep the commandments of the Lord their God, and walked in the custom that Israel and Jews. And the Lord rejected all the sons of Israel and the folks, and gave it up into ponders. And Jacob cast on his son, and he tore himself from the house of David. And Jeroboam son near, and Jeroboam drove Israel from following the law. And he committed the great sin, and the people as old, and all the sins of Jeroboam did. And they did not depart from them until the Lord removed Israel's son, and since he spoken by all his sons and prophets. And Israel was exiled from the land by his true Syria until this day. And King of Syria brought people from Babylon, Cutha, Ava, Hamath, and Sepharvaim, and placed them in cities of Samaria, and slew the people of Israel. They took possession of Samaria and lived in cities, and at the beginning of their dwelling there, they did not fear the Lord, therefore. And the Lord sent Moses among them. He killed some of them, so the king of Syria was told, and the nation son that you have carried away and placed in cities of Samaria, do not know the Lord, the God of the land. Therefore he stunned lands among them, and behold, they come them, because they did not know the Lord, the God of the land. And the king of Syria commanded, and they wanted to praise him, and him you carry away from them, and let him go and what dwell there and teach the Lord, the God of the land. So one of the priests whom they carried away from Samaria came and lived in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. And every nation still made gods its own, but then shrines the high place the Samaritans away. Every nation in the cities must stay there. Men of Babylon made Succoth, Ben-Noth, and the name of Kath made No. Then Hamath made Shima, Avath made Nibhaz and Tyre. And they both Tartak and Sepharvaim, but the children of Philo, John Mac, and Namai. The gods of Sepharvaim and those of faithful and appointed. Among themselves also as people placed the high places. His sacrifice them in the shrines of high places, so they fed the Lord. As the servant in gods, after the manner of the nation of among whom they had been carried away. This they do according to form manner. They have not feared the Lord, and do not follow the statutes and the laws of the Lord commandment. That the Lord commanded children to communicate. The Lord made the covenant with them and commanded. Shall not fear other gods or bow yourselves to him or serve and sacrifice him. You shall fear the Lord who brought you out of them. He brought you out of the land of Egypt with great power, and with a master shall bow yourselves to him. And to him you shall sacrifice the laws of the Lord, and the commandment they wrote for you. You shall always be careful to do. And you shall not fear other gods. And you shall forget the covenant that I made with you. You shall not fear other gods. You shall fear the Lord your God with your God. He will deliver you out of the hand of your enemies, no matter what they will not listen to you according to your form manner. So these nations shall fear the Lord, so they carved images. They turned it like an eternal stones, their fathers did, so they did this day. And they appreciated some other kings that Hezekiah somebody has. King of Judah began to reign. And he was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. His other's name was Abi, the daughter of Zechariah, and there was United and Nice, and went to all the days for him. He removed the high place, stopped, broke the pillars, and cut down the Asher. He broke the pieces among seven and made them. Until this day, people had made offerings in it. He trusted in the Lord God, so there was no reckoning among all the kings of Judah after, and those who before him. And he held fast to the Lord, he did not depart from following him. And kept the commandments that the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord was with him, wherever he went, he passed me by. But this the king of Syria would not serve him. He set up persons 5 Gaza and statue from Watchtower 450. The 4th year of King Hezekiah was 7th year of Jehovah. The 7th year of Hoshea, son of Elah, king of Israel. Shalmaneser, king of Syria, came out of Samaria to besiege her. And the 3 years he took it, and the 7th year of Hezekiah, which was the 9th year of Hoshea, king of Israel. Samaria was taken. And the king of Syria captured the Israelites the way to Syria and had them all on the Habel of the river of Gaza. of course, and season me, that they did not obey the wisdom of their God, choose Christ need this God. Even all that the most servant of the law, even all that most servant of the law command, they need to listen or obey. On the 14th year, King Hezekiah sent Cherub, King of Syria, came out against all 4 or 5 cities in Judah. And then took Hezekiah, King of Judah, sent to the King of Syria, and saying, I've done wrong, return from me. But you impose on me, I'll bear. The King of Syria required Hezekiah, King of Judah, 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. Hezekiah gave him all the silver that was around the house and the king's house. And at the time Hezekiah stripped the door from the doors of the temple and the doorposts, Hezekiah, King of Judah, overlay, and gave it to the King of Syria, and the King of Syria sent Tartan and the Ramses and everything for the great army of the Jews. The King Hezekiah of Jerusalem. And one time it came to Jerusalem, and they arrived, they came up to and they came to by conduit of the upper pool, and it was on the highway to Washington. And they called for the king, they came out to him, they came to son of Hilkiah was in the house on Shemaiah the second, and Joel son of Asaph the quarter. And the Rabbi said to him, say to Hezekiah, thus says great king, the king will say, on what do you rest and trust in us? He is that made with strategy and power, for in him do you not trust you about against me, behold, you trust in man, Egypt, the broken reed of a staff, which will pierce the head of any man who lives on me. As you fear the king, you store and trust in it. He said to me, trust in the Lord your God, is not he who is high person after Hezekiah, and so we were saying to Judah and Jerusalem, shall worship all those out in Jerusalem. Come now, make a wager with me, master, the king will say, and I'll give you 2,000 horses if you're on your part to stabilize, able on your part to stabilize on the. How can you repulse a single captain among the my master stones? And you trust in Egypt for chariots and horsemen, whether it is without the Lord that I have come against this place to destroy. With the listener, go against the land and destroy. The king of son of Hilkiah and Shemaiah and Joel said to Rabshakeh, his 2 sons in Aramaic, quite understand, God speaks to us in language to do within the hearing of people in the law. And the Rabshakeh said, says my master sent me to speak to those who these words to your master and to you, not to the master who do their own dung and drink their urine. And the Rabshakeh stand called out in loud voice in the language of the Judah. Hear the words of the great king. Hear the king of Syria. Thus says the king, do not let Hezekiah deceive you, and I'll be able to deliver you on my hand. I do not let Hezekiah make a trust in the Lord of my sin, but will surely deliver us. It should not be given into him, the king of Syria. And who done this to Hezekiah, thus says the king of Syria, make peace with me, come out to me. Each one of you his own vineyards, each shall buy his own victory. And each one of you will drink the water of his own cistern, until it come and take you away to a land like you, and grain and wine. And land of bread and vineyards, and a land of olive trees and honey, you may live and not die. And don't listen to Hezekiah when you say, the Lord will do this. And he said, and God to you, he rules and delays, and from the end of the hand, God is not the king will say, let the gods have nothing up, let the gods second me. And they do this, and the gods and so deliver. And the Lord should deliver Jerusalem. The people stand there, so no one was coming, was doing it, and the king of Hilkiah was over the house. And Shemaiah the secretary, and Joel and Asaph the reporter, King Hezekiah with their question, and told him the words of the Rabshakeh. So King Hezekiah had, he told him to come himself as Zachariah, and to the house of the Lord. He said, the king who was over the house, and Shemaiah the secretary, and singing praise God, Zachariah to the prophet, as the name was. And he said to him, thus says Hezekiah, this day is a day of distress, and of rebuke, of disgrace. Children will come to the point of birth, there is no strength to bring them forth. And maybe the Lord your God heard all the words of Rabshakeh. And then his master King of Syria sent to mock the living God, or rebuke the words of the Lord your God's head. Therefore left we repent for the commandment of his life. The sons of King Hezekiah came to Hezekiah, as I said to him, say to him, thus says the Lord, do not be afraid, it is the Lord. And he is the voice to the servants of King of Syria. Whoever will be, behold, I'll put a spirit in him, so he will hear of it and return to his own, and I'll make a full battle on the sea. And Rabshakeh returned, found the king of Syria fighting against Libnah. He heard the king of Lathla chief, and the king had concerning to Harak, king crushed behold, stand to fight against you. So he sent messengers to him to Hezekiah, saying, I'll shout, and he speaks to Hezekiah, king of Judah. Do not let him go, and whom you trust, fighting to see you, by promise of Jerusalem. Well, the king to hand the king of Syria. And the king of Syria, behold, you've heard the king of Syria had done to all this. I've done to all that. So you're able to destruction. And shall you be delivered? Have you done? And the gods and nations of them, the nation that my fathers divided, goes on Haran and Joseph, and there many people you know who went to Telsa. Where is the king of Hamath, the king of Arba? You can see the king of Zephaniah, the king of Hannah. Well, King Hezekiah received life in the hand of the messengers of Rain. Hezekiah went to Hazel and spoke before the Lord. And Hezekiah prayed before the Lord and said, Leave your God is unclean, but true, your God, you like. Of all the kings of all the earth, you made heaven and earth. Incline your ear, O Lord, hear every eyes and blood, and see, hear the words of sunshine. Now he sent to mock the living God, true, and the kings of Syria. They waste the nations and they waste the nations and the and cast their gods into fire, and they are not God. The work of man's hands will understand, therefore they are destroyed, so now I will go. Say was pleased from the sand, all the kings of the earth made neither you alone, or God alone. God alone. And Isaiah son of Amos sent Hezekiah, saying, Thus says the Lord, Lord, the God of Israel, pray to me about Sennacherib, king of Syria. I've heard, this is the word the Lord spoke and said. She despises you, she calls you, the virgin daughter of Zion, who wags her head behind the door of Jerusalem, against whom you mocked him about, and revealed, and against whom you raised your voice, and lifted your eyes to your heights against the Holy One of the Laser. You are a messenger, you mock me, and you said with my many chariots, and I formed heights and to the flowers as the Lebanon. I found his tallest cedars, and his choice cypresses, and his faithful fathers dwelling places, and my faithful forest. I dug wells, and drank flowing waters. I drank salt my full of streams seas. I did not have light stemmed along there. I planned from days old, what I now bring to pass. And I used to tempt 45 seas and heaps of worms. Heaps of worms without inhabited storm strength. But dismay and confounded, I had become like flint, I felt like tender grass, like grass on the passage. And I before is a ground, and they saying down, go and come here. And you're raging against me, it is raged against me. And you commands to come to me as I put my hook in your nose and my bait in your mouth. Now turn you back on the way by which you came, and it shall be the sign for you to see it will grow to itself. In a second your offsprings the same, and its 30 years and bread and pine and eat their friends. So my remnant of house of Jew shall then take root down and back for outward. And Jerusalem shall grow remnant, and out of Mount Zion and Ben survives. As the Lord will do this, therefore thus says the Lord, consider the king and say, you shall not come into the sea or shoot an arrow that will come before it with your cast of siege. And it is by the way they came. And the same shall return. You shall not come into the sea to curse the Lord. I'll defend the sea to save for my own sake, for the sake of my 7th day. At the night the angel of the Lord went up and struck down 185,000 of the camp of sinners. And the people rose early in the morning, behold, these were all dead bodies. And then Sennacherib the king saved to her heart when heaven lived in the river. He was worshiping in the house, so there's rockets got a drum like a Shariza. His son struck him down with the sword and escaped into him and landed at Arra. And he still had rained his twice. In those days Hezekiah became sick and was at the point of death. And Isaiah the prophet son of Amos came to him and said to him, Thus says the Lord, so you hasten not, if you shall die, you shall not recover. And Hezekiah turned his face to the Lord and prayed to the Lord and said, Now, Lord, please remember how I walked before you in faithfulness of the whole heart, and had done what is good in your sight. Hezekiah wept bitterly, and before Isaiah had gone out of the court, the word of the Lord came to him, turn back and say to Hezekiah, and lay my hand with us, says the Lord, on the day of your father. I have heard your prayers in your tears, behold, I'll hear you, on the 3rd day you shall go to Hazel. And I had 15 years to your life, I'll deliver you in the sea on the hand of the king of Syria. But defend the sake for my own sake, for my son David say, as I said, bring cake of figs, and let them take them lay on the body, he may recover. And Hezekiah said to Isaiah, what shall be the sign? And the Lord will heal me, and I shall go to Hazel on the 3rd day. As I said, this shall be the sign for you, the Lord will do things for me. So I shall go forward 10 steps, or go back 10 steps. And Hezekiah answered, It is easy for the shadow to lengthen 10 steps, rather the shadow go back 10 steps. And Isaiah the prophet called to the Lord, and he brought the shadow back 10 steps, and we took on down the steps of Ahaz. At the time Merodach Baladan, and son of Baladan, king of Babylon, sent and was my flowers in presence of Hezekiah, who he heard that Hezekiah didn't say. And Hezekiah welcomed him, and he showed them all the treasure house, the silver, the gold, the spices, the precious oil, his armor, all their furniture, storehouses. There was nothing in this house and all was wrong, that Hezekiah did not show them. And Isaiah the prophet came to King Hezekiah and said to him, What did these men say? From where did it come to Hezekiah? Say, We have come from a far country, from Babylon. He said, What have they seen in your house? Hezekiah answered, They have seen all those in my house, they have nothing in my storehouse, I have not showed them. And as I said to Hezekiah, hear the word of the Lord. Behold, the days are coming, all those in your house will go with that which your fathers stored up till this day. So you carry to Babylon, nothing shall be left, says the Lord. And some of your own sons will come for you, and your father shall be taken away. Then shall be angry and look in the past of the king of Babylon. And Hezekiah said to Isaiah, the word of the Lord that you speak is good. He thought, why not, if there will be peace and security on our day? The rest of the deeds, Hezekiah knows my having made the call and the conduit and brought water to see. And I did not read the book of Chronicles of Kings of Judah. Hezekiah said his father, and Manasseh has done reigned in his place. Proverbs 25. And these are supposed songs, and heads kind of do copies. The glory of God can steal things, the glory of kings searching stars, hand fire in the earth for death. The high kings unsearchable. Take away the dross from the souls, smith the material for battle. Take away the wicked from the presence of the king, and stone will be establishing righteousness. Do put yourself forward in the king's presence, set in the place of it. It is better to you talk, come up here, than be put low in the presence of the new. I see you do a hasty room to court, for all you do in the enemy, and they will do you shame. I'll give a case we can name himself, near of you and see you. And see you to bring shame upon you, and you will repeat no one. And I fit the spirit like apples gone, setting yourself. Then go and go on, and God is a brighter proof to listen to you. And called in the time of harvest, faithfulness to him that sinned. He was so as lost, and I cut him without range and universal gift, it does not good. Nations will maybe be persuaded, soft time will break him. If you found honey early enough for years to have filled and from it, if it be something in his house, to have filled and hating, and he best false witness against it, like a wool clover, a sword, or sharper. Most of the church in the time troubles like a bad tooth for that stuff. There was no songs to hear, how someone every taste of gum and cold. And they didn't understand about it. Every time they blood tea, he starts getting more strength. If you hate Ben Cosmos head and lower wood, they'll threaten to bring forth rain and background to many rivers. His outside of the corners of his son and house share across the back. That cold water to its cells is greenish for farkers like a mice from the from belief and nourishing gives way for the wicked. It is not good to eat much iron, nor is it good to stick one's own water. The mouth of stubborn trust like a sea broken into enough of that walls. Psalm 91. He dwells on the shelter of my side, would abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I would say to my God, in my refuge and my forth, my God, and hear my trust. He will deliver me from the snare of the fowler, from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with pinions, and springs you my refuge. His faithfulness is sure and buckler, he will not fear the terror. Or the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor the destruction of the enemy at midday. Eyes on me for your side, 10,000 you are will not come near you. You only look with your eyes and see that we can pass them, and the wisdom made them with the dark eyes. The side is my refuge. Evil shall be allowed to perform. The impact coming into your town, the commands areas concerning guarding all your ways. On the head obey God. Lest you should strike a fragrance. Return the lion and the island, the young lion serpent, and trip under foot. He'll have fast to me and allow unto them, and provide take them because in this and he calls them eyes, and I'll be with them and choke. Rescue him and on the hill, long life will satisfy him, and I will show my salvation. Yes, I should not deal with black, if I had found my hand and be me. You couldn't come, you'll be done, nothing is having goods the day with goods, I should figure out that this is not the text of this evil one, for you to come and have the growth of Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.